Paul says in Ephesians chapter 6, verse number 12, that our battle is not with flesh and blood. So we got to put this thing in perspective. We ain't fighting with folk. Humans may talk and they may behave rudely and unjustly, but our battle ain't with people. Paul says that our battle is with principalities and powers in high places. He's talking about the activity behind the scene. You see, if a person presents themselves, and excuse my language, as a knucklehead or a cottonhead, he or she ain't the problem. It's the forces, the spiritual forces behind the knucklehead that is motivating, that is inspiring, that is calling for that kind of behavior. See, we're dealing with the forces behind the scene and not the frail flesh and blood of imperfect human beings. Until I have that in perspective, I will be fighting with the victim and not the perpetrator. I will be fighting with the victim and not the perpetrator. You know, that's almost like if a mother and a 5-year-old child come out of their house and they get into the car that is parked in the driveway. And the mother starts the car and puts the child in the car seat and buckles him up and forgot that she left something in the house and goes back into the house and get it. And little 5-year-old rascal unbuckles the seatbelt and gets behind the wheel and unknowingly shift the gear. And the car starts backing out into the street and bam, causes an accident. When you blame the child for the accident, you're misunderstanding what's going on in the moment. God wants us to understand that we are dealing with spiritual forces, and in the absence of the knowledge of God, that's too much for everybody. That's too much for everybody. I did this component in a group session with a group of teenagers who are in a lockup unit because of behavior issues that I know are rooted in the anger, the hurt, and the disappointment that has invaded their lives and has wounded them. And I shared this concept of making the spaces that we step into better places. And in closing, I said to them, now, folks, this is an opportunity for you between the ages of 14 and 17, this population of people. And I said, this is an opportunity for you today. Because, see, you guys are in this lockup unit. And someone can come into this unit, or someone who's in this unit can have a down moment any moment and snap out and cause chaos in this environment. And you have the opportunity to make this space a better place. Now, I know nothing about the belief system of these kids, but this is what I noticed. One of the kids asked me if I could stay behind for a moment to ask me a couple questions, and I did. And when I finished talking to him, I walked back out into the unit, and I heard two of the kids say, okay, so you know what? We got to remember, we're going to make this space a better place. Hello? Stay with me, y'all. I don't know if they believe in God or not, but I know they got the message. And if we know God, whether it's with our parents, whether it's with our neighbor, an associate on the job, regardless of where we're at, if we get the message, our concentration, our focus will be to make that space a better place.